Man, what's good, bro?
Josh, what's up, man?
Man, we start the YouTube channel with J&J Ball Don't Lie,
Mm-hmm.
and then we decide to switch it to Josh and Jermaine, the agenda, man. Let me know how you feel about that.
Honestly, man, I feel good about it, man. J&J ball don't lie was kind of cliche to me.
For sure.
So I feel like with us, saying the agenda, it gives us a little bit more to work with. We can
Yep.
put a little bit more on the table, get folks to start talking about multiple different things, and give it to the people straight, man. So I'm happy about the name change, man.
Me too. I definitely agree with you on that, bro.
Yeah, so Josh, go ahead, man. Tell the folks what's first on the agenda, man.
We're going to get straight into the trade talks. We're going to talk about the Lakers and the Wizards because, that's the top trades. That was kind of like the top of the trade market this season. So let's start off with the Wizards. Who do you think got the better pick, the Wizards or the Rockets?
Hey, I like how you let me get this question first, right?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take it though. So I think it was a fair trade because I don't think neither team actually got better. You switch John Wall out for a Russell Westbrook. Now you can go and look at it and say, well, Westbrook is always healthy, he's always there.
For sure.
Versus John Wall, he's been injury prone. But if you just take their game tick for tack, I think that no one actually got better because I think that the Houston Rockets is going to be an early playoff exit as they've always been, year after year, versus the Wizards. They may get to the playoffs. So let me take that back. I think the Wizards probably got better because I think they are going to be a playoff team. I think they're going to be a playoff team.
That's what I like to hear.
Listen though, but I also think they were going to be a playoff team with John Wall being there as well. It's just that he got traded,
Right.
Things happen, but I think that both teams, I think it was a fair trade, man, honestly.
All right.
What's your thoughts?
So you trying to keep it in between. Do you have do you say like who you going with? Are you going with the Rockets or the Wizards? Because me personally, I'll go with the Wizards, I'm sorry.
I'll go Rockets if James Harden stay. If they could find a way to get James Harden to stay, I'm going to go Rockets, man. Honestly, they're in the West. I think that they have an opportunity to compete with the teams in the West. So I think that if they can find a way to keep James Harden in Houston, then I think that Houston has a better shot than, let's say, the Wizards. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at the East, man, you got KD and Kyrie with the Nets.
Yep.
Then you got Boston, who's always a good playoff team. Then you got Toronto, who's always going to be there at the top of the East as well. So they have a little bit more to work with. And then I look at the Wizards. It's just John Wall. It's just Russell Westbrook and Brad Beal. I don't see anybody else there that's just going to say, man, I think they could compete with KD, Kyrie, and then Boston as well. What's your thoughts on that, man?
Man, I'm going with Washington. The reason I'm going with Washington, you got Brad, you got Westbrook, you got Rui, you got one of the Lopez brothers, and you got Troy Brown. And I just feel like the guys surrounding them, coming off the bench, like they know they role. They stick to their role.
Yeah, you said one of the Lopez brothers. So it's not the best Lopez, it's just one. So I don't think he's actually going to help them and put them over the top because he was coming off the bench when he was in Milwaukee. So I don't think he's just going to be a key part. I think that they're going to surprise a lot of people, but I don't.
But he's
think
definitely
they're
going to help. He's going to help
compete.
for sure.
I don't think they're actually going to compete in the East to say, man, that trade, they got the best of the Rockets. Now, if Westbrook stay long term and Brad Beal stay long term, they can build around that. Then they may get the best of it because I can see James Harden leaving and then there's just John Wall over there, which is a good situation for John Wall because it's a new scene, it's a new city, it's like a restart for him, and he could be the man's again. That's pretty much why he left with the Wizards because he want to be the man's.
Yeah, I agree, but I know for sure James, he gone. As soon as he hears something or gets something, he gone. And I feel like that's really gonna impact the Rockets this year if he stay on the team. He gonna go out there, he gonna do what he gotta do, but he not gonna do it with the passion and love for the game. Just because he like, I really don't want to be here type, you feel me? Versus the Wizards, I know Westbrook gonna go out there, give it his all. I know Brad is. I know everybody else under them. I know they gonna all go out there, give it their all, every single second. And I feel like that's gonna put them a push ahead of the Rockets. So that's the reason why I'm going with the Wizards for sure.
I feel you, man. All these guys are professionals, so I feel like if he's in Houston for a little while longer, I feel like he's going to compete, man. So for sure. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, but hey, switching to the Lakers, I really think that they got the best trades this offseason. When I seen Trez and I seen Dennis, I was like, hey, that's back to back for me. That's all I need to hear. That's back to back automatic. I didn't even hesitate. I was like, what? We got one of the best PGs in the league right now. And we got the reigning sixth man of the year. That's another championship. And Bron gonna bring everybody together just because he is Bron. So the Lakers, another championship for me.
You know you're not gonna get an argument with me on that one, right?
I know. I ain't worried about it.
I'm Brown all day, so you know you're not
sure.
gonna get an argument. But you bring up an interesting point. You said that they bring over one of the best point guards in Dennis Schroeder, right? That's what you're talking about, right? But you also have to keep in mind that they still have LeBron James, who I think is the best point guard in the league. However you want to say that, he's the best point guard. He averaged over 10 assists last year, man.
For sure he did. For sure.
As a small forward playing the one, I think he's the best at that position. But now with Dennis Schroeder coming over, that allows LeBron James to have the ball out of his hands.
They take pressure off him.
And play his role a little bit more.
Sure.
So honestly, but I think the best trade that the Lakers made was for Marc Gasol. The reason why I say that is because they never had a big who can pass the ball like him, who can make plays like him, and not actually shoot the three as well. So I think that's just going to open up the lane for LeBron James, Anthony Davis to get more buckets and a lot of attention off them. Because if you sag off of Marc Gasol, he gonna shoot the three. Whether he make it or not, he's willing to take it, and teams got to take that into account. So I think that the best trade, man, with all the passes he's gonna be making, man, it's gonna really mess a lot of teams up. So I got the Lakers repeating too, man. Mm-hmm. That's probably the only thing I'm gonna agree with you on this show. But I got the Lakers, man. I got the Lakers.
I already know. But hey, let's go next door to the Clippers, man. I know you heard about PG picking up that huge bag, that nice extension. How you feel about that? Because I already know. I know your situation with Paul George. I know how you feel about him. But let me know how you feel about him getting the money, though.
Well, if you want to put it that way, him getting the money, I'm all for. I'm all for players getting all the money, man, because these owners is making the most money. So I'm all for players getting
I should say, does he deserve it? Did his play show that he deserved it? I should ask.
Okay, if you want to base it off last year and the recent times he's been in the playoffs, I would say no. There's a question mark there. But does he deserve it? I feel like Paul George is one of the players who've come back from a lot. He faced a lot of adversity and came back, and he's played up to an all-star potential. But when you're asking Paul George to be a superstar in this league, or you're saying he's a superstar in this league, I think that's way too much to put on his shoulder because he's not at that level yet. Mm-hmm. So when I look at Paul George getting all of this money, the first thing I think about is, if you're giving him this money, what are you going to do with Kawhi Leonard? Because this is a message to Kawhi Leonard, because if you're giving him however much you gave him, you got to give me.
You got to double.
More than, at least that much or more. So I don't think the Clippers have enough to even do that. So I think they probably lost out on Kawhi Leonard for the upcoming years. So they want going all in on Paul George. Well, I think it's a bad decision, but we expect that from the Clippers, though, right? They're an organization who make bad decision after bad decision. And, the way they operate in playoffs and the championships that they don't have proves that, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I kind of felt like that was a slap in the face for Kawhi. Just because of the simple fact, like, he has been that guy for them. Like, he been hooping, and it's just kind of like, okay, like, either they gonna try and give me the same amount as him, or he's hoping, like, they gotta double his. Because the way he's been showing, what he's been laying down his foundation is like, okay, like, he deserved double of what PG got.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, hey, I hope the Clippers don't fumble this one and get rid of Kawhi, because I feel like
already, man.
Hey, they fumble it with the bag, but they probably can get the money from somewhere. Who knows? But hey, speaking of bags, another person got that big bag, and I definitely feel like this person deserves it 110%. Giannis went out and got that bag, but hey, I don't blame him. Back-to-back MVPs, and for 2 seasons straight, you let your team have the best record in the league. Come on now, that means you're doing something.
Yeah. He deserved it, man. Like, honestly, we're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 2-time reigning MVP, a player who gets better every year, who makes his team better every year. Their team, I believe, had the best record the last 2 years in the NBA, or in the East, should I say. But, man, a player like that, you have to play him, especially if you're in Milwaukee. It's a small market. You have to do whatever you have to do to keep your superstars, because you're not going to get superstars to just come to Milwaukee. You're going to have to get them through the draft, and then they have to develop into superstars. Nobody is saying, "Hey, I want to go play in Milwaukee," but that's expected. So I think that Milwaukee did well by giving Giannis all of this money. At this point, you got to give Giannis whatever he asks for. I don't care what Giannis asks for. If you want $500 million, you want to get that man $500 million, because you're not going to get a player
keep him on your team.
You're not going to get a player to come to the drive. Come to Milwaukee. So I like that. So at the end of the day, I think that they made a good decision. I'm happy for Giannis. Like I said, I'm all about players getting all of their money, man. They deserve it. He deserves it, definitely.
For sure. Hey, I'm glad you said that, because that's taking me into the next question. Would you rather get that ring or that bag? And the reason why I asked that is because you said nobody else is going to want to go to Milwaukee with Giannis. Giannis just checked that bag. But it's kind of like, okay, like you check that bag, but nobody want to come to your team. So it's like you getting the money, but you don't have the people around you to get that ring. So it's just kind of like it really looked like you're going to get that money versus the ring.
Yeah, hey Josh, this is a trick question, man. The reason why I say this is because I'm gonna go on the lens and say, hey, if I'm a young player and I'm coming into the NBA and I'm outside of my rookie deal, because when you're a rookie, you don't have any say so. So I'm outside of my rookie deal and I'm coming into the league and I'm going to go for the bag. I'm young right now. The market is so high right now. They're giving away. They're basically giving away the bag. So if I'm a young player, I'm not necessarily worried about chasing the ring. What I want is I want the money. I'm saying give me the money and I'll go get the ring later.
Okay. Hey, I can see where you're going with that, but me personally, I think like you said, I'm coming out from my rookie contract. I made sure everybody's good. I know I gotta maintain, but at the same time, if I got the opportunity to go play with a team that's got a great chance of winning a championship, I'm for sure trying to go to that team, because if I'm playing, I'm doing what I got to do. I'm just a role player. I understand, like I'm just a role player. I come in, make a few shots, play great defense. I feel like once you got that championship stamped on your back, I feel like teams gonna come after you regardless, and then you'll really check that big bag.
Josh.
What, man?
You're wrong, man. And I'm gonna tell you,
I'm not wrong.
You're looking at it from an athlete standpoint, and that's you want to be safe. And you're trying
I'm not being safe. I'm spitting facts, bro.
Listen.
I'm not being safe.
I'll let you talk.
Ain't no safety.
I let you give these NBA players some bad advice by saying, hey, take a ring, which a ring is only going to benefit you in the history books. So people can say, oh, he was a winner. But at the end of the day, man, these kids, they come into the league, they want to be set up so they can take care of their family, right? So if you got the opportunity to say, hey, $30 million or a chance to go win a ring, which is not guaranteed, which one are you going to take? I'm going to take the money.
Hey, man, listen to me. Hey, listen to what I'm saying carefully, okay?
I listen, and it didn't make sense. You're giving bad advice.
No. Listen to what I'm about to say. That's what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm about to say. So, Kyrie Irving, great player. When he came in the league, great player. But once he won that ring with Bron, that really helped him.
That was like though. Listen.
I'm just saying, now that he won that ring, like teams already was like, yeah, we want Kyrie, but they was like, oh yeah, we really want him even more. We want him to be that guy, and he won a ring, so he know what it takes. So let's bring him into our organization.
Yeah, and Kyrie, and since that ring, Kyrie hasn't proven anything to anybody. He's just a superstar right now.
Right,
He's Kyrie Irving, so yeah, they're like, we could take a chance on him, but he hasn't proven anything. Kyrie has stops in Boston, didn't work out. Now he's with the Nets. We're going to see what's going to happen, but Kyrie can't be the main player on the championship team. So now he has KD to lean on and to take all of the heat. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when them two get together and when it really matters. I still don't think they win a championship this year. I already told you. I think.
Oh no, not this year. Bron no winning. Hey, Bron no winning for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, Bron no winning for sure. Yeah. But like I said, Kyrie, he know what it looked like, and he know what it feels like, and he know what he needs surrounding him. So that's why he went to the Nets, and now he got KD, Karis LeVert. They got a nice solid foundation around him. So
see, Josh.
What?
And I apologize for cutting you off because I know you were getting nowhere with your point. So, anyways, you say that he know what he needs around him. Is that not why he went to Boston? Because he had everything there for him.
But he didn't have a Kevin Durant. That's what I'm saying.
So what?
He didn't have
so
a.
What?
But look. So look, it was Kyrie.
It
It was Kyrie and LeBron. Now it's Kyrie and KD. Come on, now he needed help.
It was Dirk Nowitzki and no one.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Kyrie is different, bro. He need that help. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So you're proving my point. You're proving my point.
How?
You're proving my point. Because Kyrie can't do it on his own, man. He cannot. So I'm not going to go all in on a Kyrie Irving. He had
But Kyrie was already up there.
Wait
once he won that championship, he went to the top, man. I ain't trying to hear what you're saying.
Hey, wait your turn.
I'm not trying to hear what you're saying, man.
I love Kyrie, man. I think he's a great one-on-one player. But a leader, he's not that. Someone who makes a team just automatically better, he's not that because he needs someone that's better than him on the team. He does. If that's the case, he would have made those kids in Boston better. He would have got them to a place that they've never been before, as in those players, not the organization, and they would have won. He had everything. Jason Tatum is a rising superstar in this league. There's no reason why he couldn't get them on board and just win, man. Honestly, you have to be a leader. Leadership matters. Now he's got Katie to lean on, like I said, and it'll be interesting to see how that works out there. I hear they're good friends, so it'll be interesting, man.
All right, man, whatever you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but hey, let's take this to the social media, man. We take it to Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want to take it to. We can make a poll. We can let the people talk. And we're going to put it down. And we're going to put it down. We're going to put it down. And we want to hear what y'all got to say down in the comments for sure.
Yes, sir. 30 million or a ring. Which one you going for? Money, that bag, or a ring?
If you like that content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, sir. So don't forget to hit the notification bell.